Oh, Sheila.
Yeah.
I do have copies.
You
Well,
are
I just had to make sure with Greville before I did it. Because like I said, I've never done it before, so.
wonderful.
But I only made 3, so, because there are quite a few pages.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I didn't know how many people would actually want them, so I didn't want to make a bunch. If somebody else would want
Good.
one, I can make one.
That's what I was just saying, it's nice to be able to see what you're talking about.
Let me go get them.
Thank you.
Did you have a nice Christmas, Steve?
It was okay. It was alright. The day was okay. I took Gloria and Mary. We were at buffet, so that went better than I thought.
Oh.
Mary drove herself, so that worked out even
How's
better.
Gloria doing?
She's okay.
I haven't seen her the last couple of
She's
years.
okay.
Everybody else
Wasn't too bad. Last year she was terrible.
I think she's happy to have kids.
How are you?
Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, good. All right, how are you?
Good. She had a good Christmas.
Yes, when someone said how much you...
It was alright. I got a 5-year-old and 1-year-old. I was saying
Well,
earlier.
that sounds like a fun time, man.
No. My daughter was up at like 1 o'clock in the morning. She was like a cat on a hot
She's
potato.
all happy.
What's on
She's
the
Christmas
agenda?
excited.
Oh, yeah.
Your little boy sure is cute. He looks just like you.
Yeah.
He's a beauty.
He's
I bet they were fun for Christmas.
Did you guys do Christmas at her house?
Okay, at this time, we'll open our meeting. This is a special open meeting for discussion of the budget for 2019. Thursday, 6:30 p.m., December 27, 2018. We'll do roll call.
Trustee Phyllis Para? Here. Trustee Bruce Tucker?
Here.
Trustee Craig Roberts?
Here.
Trustee Howard Pierce?
Here.
Trustee Steve Para?
Here, our meeting will now come to order, and we'll open up at this time for any discussion or anything that anybody would like to say about and to look over the budget for the 2019.
We did send it to our accountant already. He gave us his feedback already, me and Jeff made adjustments. What he sent you. Corey,
Do you have a copy?
it should be,
Monthly report?
well, I put it in the front because it's a special. I made copies for everyone. Nope.
Just the agenda.
Oh, I have it. Well, Howard has one.
I got one.
I know.
Oh, way back.
Oh, it's under.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'm like, I know I put it in there.
New business.
Can't find it.
There it is.
Because it's a special meeting, so I didn't know where I was gonna put it.
There you go.
Because we don't have a special meeting section.
Yeah.
So what adjustments did the accountant have you guys make?
I don't have like the whole paper that he gave Jeff with, Jeff has that.
Sarah and
It
Jeff.
was just some of like the real estate tax, he wanted us to adjust that a little bit, and there was Prop P, but, really, we get a set amount, or we're supposed to get a set amount.
Well, that'll vary because that's a full tax, so that's a. full
Right, but they gave us like a
Estimate.
estimate, so we kinda kept it around the estimate that the county gave us for it.
Well, we are on a budget for the year, are we not?
Yeah.
We are in the black.
In the black, huh? Good.
Jeff is in the black. And it has been, verified and approved by the accounting firm.
10 years ago, the budget was 1.5 million. It's been right at $1 million for like the last 5 years. It's pretty amazing that,
Well, this is the first year I've ever done it, so.
yeah, it's pretty amazing. Did you look at some of the older budgets? It was 1.5, 1.6, 1.7.
But like you said, the last 5 years, it's pretty much.
Yeah. Well, we also,
We don't have so many.
Well, the court revenues are big.
yeah, court revenue.
I mean, it went down a lot.
Yeah.
Nobody pays.
Well, that's the problem, is it's hard to estimate what it's gonna be next year, what kind of court revenue, because every year, it's like people just don't pay their fines less and less and less and less.
Get away with it.
Going off of what we got this year, for next year.
Of course, that means nothing to them. We get that much in web payments, 10,000? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, well, last year, we didn't get that many, this past year, a lot more people were paying online. I mean, then you don't have to come to court, and if it's a payable offense out of court, you just pay it and you're done. You don't have to come to court or anything.
We get 150,000 on the property. Wow, that's really nice.
Well, it's like 143 is our estimate, but we pushed it to like 150 because we might get a little more next year.
Yeah, because I think last year was missing 2 months, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we get between like 12,000 to like 14,000 a month,
Wow. That really.
normally, yeah. Thank you.
Looks like we also budgeted about $7,000 less in real estate revenue.
Yeah, that was per suggestion by Corey, the accountant.
Did you give a reason why?
We added numbers together.
We budgeted less for real estate taxes when the taxes went up. Cause I just paid our taxes.
Yeah, he suggested we did 40,000.
And then it looks like.
I don't know how he comes up with all of his figures, I mean, he
$500.
sends us something and writes on the side, you know, what.
$500 less on road and bridge.
He just
Yeah.
went by what we got this year
Yeah.
and.
But he also projected an increase in the sales tax, huh? 44,000. Motor vehicle tax up to 50. Less than the gasoline tax, that's interesting.
Let me ask you a question about that gasoline tax. If the gas has gone down, does the tax base still remain the same?
I would imagine that's probably why it's a downward departure. It's because it's a percent, so.
Yeah, I mean, the percent might stay the same, but if it's a lower
Yeah, so
cost
you're
of
not
gas,
Getting as much revenue.
you're not gonna get as much
Well,
revenue.
it'd be the same tax per gallon, wouldn't it?
That's what I'm asking.
Is it a percent? Yeah.
Is it a percent?
No, is it pay or, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's still, lately, I would think it'd go up because people be using more gas. I would think it'd be the same amount.
But I know that the gas prices are going down a lot.
You know,
So as I said, people are using more gas.
How come he doesn't have anything budgeted for sewer lateral? It's
I
interesting.
said I bet Nick didn't tell him it was 6:30.
No, I bet you're right.
I told him I'd call you next time.
Okay, thank you.
Because that's general revenue, so I'm assuming.
they said on TV that the gas prices have gone down, therefore people are spending more money in the stores, so we're still getting the sales tax.
Yeah, because they have more money to spend other
Yeah.
places.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't believe it was like under $2 the other day when we fill up.
Yeah, so for what we're losing in gas, we're making up in other revenues.
You're using more gas.
Did we put in the budget the $500 from, cause isn't that an annual $500 from the trash company?
Yeah, well, that was gonna be one of my questions. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'd have to add that in.
Yeah, I mean, we can add it because this is just
I
a,
mean, it's general revenue they're giving it to us. Did we get the original 500 yet?
yeah, I got it.
Okay, and I think they said in August we can request it again. Did they say that?
No, I think it's September,
September.
because our contract started in September, so it'd be every September, it would be every year, right? They said every year.
Yeah.
And what are we doing with that money? We haven't decided yet.
I don't know, because you can't do much with 500.
Well, you guys had talked about originally, like either taking a percentage of it and applying it to senior citizens, trash bills. You also talked about using it as money for community events, making it available that someone do a community event to provide porta potties or whatnot for parks.
Well, we had thought about it when the church wanted to do it, we offered to, but then they ended up not going that direction, so.
I mean, it may not be a bad idea to use it as some type of cleanup money.
Well, we thought about doing like a cleanup day. I
Well,
mean, we were just talking about this in the office.
these guys are gonna show up for another cleanup day, wasn't it like
Well, we thought about
5 years
maybe
in a
like,
row, it was only you guys that showed up?
yeah,
Pretty much.
but thought about maybe like doing more of an event type thing, like having like free hot dog, soda, chips, like anybody that comes out and helps, then you can go back to City Hall and get, you know, I mean, maybe that would make people wanna come out and help.
Yeah.
We were just talking amongst ourselves at
Or
work
you
about
could-
it,
You could
but.
also do like a police community event with it.
There's a teacher at Riverview High School, and I think she has done cleanup twice now in Riverview. And don't they bring the kids on buses and drop
They
them
do.
off?
Mhm.
And she's very organized, and
Yeah, they used to take them back up to high school and give them something to eat.
oh, they fed them breakfast before they came, and then they fed them lunch.
Well, that's why maybe we can do something like that, like you get free breakfast before we go out or something. Maybe that would get, if that's a community event, I mean, that'd be a good use of the
You
money.
could, you know, that's the way to do it, put the money back into the village. You know,
It's not enough for the swing set, I think.
Well, that's the thing, 500, I mean, it's hard to buy something, like for a park for $500, you can't even buy a bench for that.
Right.
I mean,
That's
I
about
get,
1,500.
yeah, they're expensive.
You buy trash cans and they set them on fire.
Well, even those trash cans, those heavy duty, like, rock ones, those are more than $500, they're like $1,000.
Well, I actually was just thinking, I think we have a bench in the shed, don't we? Because we took that one
Cause
down.
somebody tried to, they set it on fire.
Well, no, this they took
That
down
was a
because
tree.
people
Oh.
were hanging out at it.
They
and
were
she-
shooting crabs.
Was it a trash can? I thought it was a bench.
The bench they
Bench.
took out because they were shooting crabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, burned up the trash can.
Yeah, I watched the kid light it.
I mean, this is good because the proposed budget in 2018 was $1,119,000. The actual budget in 2018 was $1,080,000. So it's less, $40,000 less. And then you proposed less than last year by, less than last year by about $60.
Yeah. I don't know.
With a slight decrease, about a $30,000 decrease in revenues. 27,000.
Oh, you know, for court, it was hard to determine like court revenue.
Yeah, well, I mean, court revenue is never gonna be, you guys have never relied on that as a reliable revenue source. Didn't get in trouble when all the courts got sued. Nobody was paying their fines.
Right.
Now Jeff's hired 2 additional officers with the property line.
Yes. 32-hour officers.
Over 2/3 people.
Well, yes, but now I mean Messmer's working full-time to cover Groves. But when Groves comes back, then it'll be 2 32-hour, again, like it was before, Martell's and Messmer. Cause Groves is supposed to be back like the end of February, is what they're saying right now.
Yeah, it's so fast, didn't it?
And it's already January, so it won't be much longer. It's already almost January, so it won't be much longer.
So the only thing we have to, add to that is the 500 from the trash.
Yeah, we wanna add that to the budget. budget.
I already
Okay,
put
we'll
a
add the
sticky on here to do that.
500. And then maybe talk with Jeff or somebody can reach out to the lady at the school and see if there's a community event.
I do not remember her name, it's a French
I
name.
remember she came in twice.
But I
Can we do like, we could do something like coffee with the cops, or a lot of places do that now.
Yeah, I mean, I
Like
think you
Florissant does that like monthly.
I mean, I don't wanna commit Jeff to anything. Cause if I do, I'm sure I'll hear about it tomorrow.
I know, but I'm saying it's just an idea.
Yeah, no, I think it would be,
Benefit.
is there a community event that the police department can do? And I think I don't think we've ever done anything like that.
And I mean, the firemen have a program too, so we could always talk to them about anything they have coming up, so we can get involved in.
What do you guys think?
That would be a good way to let the money go for a good cause.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't repair or something, it wouldn't be much of anything.
It just doesn't go very far, you know, or something like that.
We're glad to get it, but, you know, we have to think of something. You know,
But I'd rather
people-
do something for the community
I would too.
than purchase the item.
Well, I don't think it's helping the seniors with their trash, they're already getting a discount on it.
Well, when we did the math, it was like a portion of $1 that you would be able to do it.
Yeah,
It's
there's
very
too many
minimal.
seniors.
And you'd be paying the money right back to West Management.
Right.
It's like, I think, for some reason, 22 cents sticks in my head, but.
Well, one of my ideas was to put, that we had planned originally was, like we got out in front, bulletin board, glass, that you can post everything up on.
Like a sign to go at the park that we can post, like, whatever.
Public
Events.
notices.
Events, anything
Probably
like,
get vandalized.
I could
Do you
put.
really want that follow-up meeting with Greg talking about putting
You
something
would
nice
put
up?
what, a sign in the
Putting
park?
something nice at the park?
Well, we
Hey,
talked about it, if we do
See?
the glass thing.
That's a preview.
Yeah,
I just worry about it getting broken.
that won't last, they'll eat that up.
That's all
They
right.
tore
I
the
agree
sign
with
up
that.
See?
at the Tolly Park.
I told you as soon as he figured it out.
Hey, they ate up the sign on Tolly, the wooden sign that Bruce painted in that. They ate that up. What did they do with the glass sign up?
I spent a lot of time,
Yeah.
Everything.
I spent a lot of time making that sign.
I know it, they nibble on that like
You
a,
made that?
like termites.
My favorite was the indestructible water fountain that they somehow found a way to break.
No. Oh, they tore the,
Recyclable trash cans they burned up and.
Yeah,
they tore the electric meter off at the, place over there at Tolly.
the
Called
barbecue
up on the
pits,
roof.
those are gone.
They took them?
I don't know what happened, they tore them up and then we ended up having to take them out because you couldn't even use them anymore.
Well, at least they're nice green spaces right now.
Those kids.
The benches down there with the tubing down there. It's not
So
filling.
are we,
All the
voting
water.
on this, or do we have to wait?
We'll
I don't
wait to
understand it.
approve the,
During the-
you'll approve it, yeah, this is, and right now you just need to call for any public comments.
I didn't know if you were
We're
gonna.
gonna let you,
address me.
yeah, we're gonna let you make a comment or something.
I just see one thing, we had leftover 2013 CBDG funds.
How this community block development grant funds work is, basically, it's, I think it's $22,000 to $24,000 a year. And we have a public hearing where we have to set the purpose of the funds. And so what they've traditionally done every year is just use the money to tear the dilapidated properties down, the houses that are burned out. I don't know, I think we have 12 right now.
Yeah, we've already had our meeting this year about it.
Yeah.
I
But the
didn't know
leftover,
what-
what it does is, so you make this odd amount, so we have to get bids, we're getting ready to, we'll go out to bids soon so we'll get usually it's $12,000 to $15,000 to tear a house down,
I
because
know.
we have, they're federal funds, so we have to go through that process, that they require for bidding it out, which is prevailing wage and all these other requirements, and so basically, if we have 24,000, we can tear 2 houses down with it, great, we spend it on that. If we can only tear 1 down, and we can roll 10,000 of it over to the next year to accumulate to hopefully take a larger chunk of houses down during that time period.
And that has been being rolled over since 13.
Well, we've torn a ton, I think we've taken 15 houses down I don't know, yeah.
And this year, we got 6 coming up.
We got 6, but we probably only have enough money for 4,
Yeah, we're not gonna probably be able to do all 6.
yeah.
Cause like I said, they're like he said, $10,000 to $15,000 a piece.
Oh,
We
yeah,
try to
I see
do
a
a
lot
little
of them
bit.
need to be.
I mean, and we try to get, a low bid,
Well,
but,
and the one time we went with a low bid,
it turned out
was
bad.
a disaster, so.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes the lowest bid isn't.
Is there any way some of them can be fixed before they get, where Dan and Craig say they're not,
I will tell you, in my experience, we've declared probably 20, in 10 years, we've probably declared 20 houses dangerous buildings. We've never had a property owner come and say, I wanna fix this house.
Nope. Cause we
What-
send
what's-
letters out.
Yeah,
We send
what's,
letters
we
to
send
everybody.
certified letters about it, what's most, if they show up to the hearing, Pat, they wanna say, we don't want anything to do with it, cause it's their grandma's house, great aunt's house, whatever, they live in St. Charles, they live in South County.
Well, last year, what was it, the lady and her husband came in?
'Cause they wanted to make
their
sure-
daughter's house, and they wanted to make sure that.
Yeah, that was up on
They weren't
Northridge.
responsible.
2 years ago.
And I'll tell you, the craziest thing that about it, every time we do this, because we just went through the title searches on this as well, is I would say 50 to 60%, maybe even more of the houses we tear down, Pat, have deeds of trust on it, which means they have mortgages. And the houses have never been foreclosed on, and the banks want absolutely nothing to do with it. There was a house that, somebody had lived in for 10 years, and the bank, they had never paid their mortgage on it, and the bank refused to foreclose on it, because most of the deeds of trust, which is how a bank secures your mortgage, were from $80,000 to $150,000 on the deeds of trust that was securing the bank's interest in the property. And some of those houses, especially the dilapidated ones, are worth a couple $1,000s the property, once we tear it down, or the houses are, negative because there's so much money owed.
I have one that I wanna ask you about though. That's on my street, I'm sure there's at least one on every street that looks decent from the outside, but getting to it is bad. On my street, you either have a house in front of the creek or behind the creek. This one is behind the creek, so that means it has to have a bridge to go across it. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I know which one you're talking about. Is the bridge all dilapidated?
Excuse me?
Is the bridge all dilapidated to go to the house or something? I
It
know
was
it's all-
Roger's old house.
I don't know who lived there, but.
Craig knows who I'm talking about.
Does anybody live in
The
the
point
house
of
now?
it, excuse me?
Does anybody live in the house now?
No.
No, in fact, after Mrs. Rogers, her husband passed before her. After Mrs. Rogers died, the kids, I think, somebody told me that started to take care of it, but then walked away.
I mean, I'll
Probably
tell
not
you,
paying taxes or something.
any house that nobody has lived in for 5 to 10 years, it probably has water damage. I'd be surprised if it has any copper left in it.
Well, because you can't really
Look okay
get
from the
across it
outside,
because the
but
bridge looks like it
If the
came
roof
in.
has been leaking
It's
or
rough, the bridge is
anything.
very rough.
It was a wooden bridge and it looks like,
Now, Pat, are there squatters that are ever in that house or anything?
I don't think so.
But
But it's got stained glass windows and it looks,
Nice little house on the outside.
It's a bridge there.
Like,
You know how
you
many
know,
yards
the
out
inside,
from,
that's the problem, some of them look
There's no
good,
property.
but then you, Danny and them go in there and the
well,
whole
what I
inside
was
is
just wondering is if it would be
water.
worth using some CBDG money to put a bridge over in order to get,
You see, a lot of people don't wanna go in there because there's any kind of money liens on the property. We ran ads in the paper years ago. I tried to sell lots for $1,000 a lot. Nobody wanted them.
Yeah, so that,
I mean, we went back years ago, I've been on it since I got elected.
do you know how many lots we own now?
Oh,
I don't know, there's a-
I got it somewhere in my
42.
paper.
something like that,
You
yeah.
know,
We
lots
got
in
it.
St. Louis County were just giving back to us because
Yeah.
nobody would pay
We'll
the
just
tax
give them
on
to
it.
us.
you know, and because you really can't get to it because
So-
the bridge is bad, that, you don't know what the backside
Well,
looks
let
like,
me-
sort of like that one that's on Leeton.
Let me address your question about a bridge. If that was city-owned ground and there was a park back there, you can put a bridge in for handicap accessibility. You could not use public funds to make a private improvement, because my guess is that would probably be considered a private road. Now, you could declare it a dangerous building and tear the building down, but if it was a public road, yeah, absolutely, you can use it to make areas more handicap accessible, the community block development grant funds, but you couldn't just put a bridge in there to
Qualify.
improve,
Yeah.
because it would be considered
Yeah,
a private drive.
It was really well taken care of years ago, which is a shame.
But have you ever
And
called
it has
Danny
been
to
years,
ask
but I
him,
mean,
have you called Danny to have him inspected? Cause it's probably a house that needs to be torn down.
Yeah, to see it actually what it looks like on the inside, because that's how he goes to these places and goes inside.
well, Craig, have you or Danny, and I don't think you probably, has Danny even tried to get to the?
I don't know, lately with me being, I haven't been in the buildings. I'll have to get with Danny, if Danny tried to get, but we got so many of these properties, he brings me back pictures. I mean, they
Well,
look
the bridge
good.
looks very
We got
damaged.
one on my street, don't look too bad, but the whole back wall fell out. The basement floor caved in. You know, that's on our list on my street. Now today, with the storm, I got another one. Big tree fell on the house, destroyed that house.
It was somebody was living there,
Somebody
and she
was living there.
rents,
There will be
so
another one could be torn.
she's probably just
I
gonna
mean,
have to move out.
The
You
worst,
just get
the
to the
worst one
point.
on your street is owned by St. Louis County, and they don't do anything.
That's the worst one we got on the street.
Uh-huh, and they just.
We call them up, I try to call, what can you do with the property?
Yeah, and yet, Craig, they tore down that nice one on 80.
Well, don't get me
Don't
started.
get him started on
Yeah,
that.
let's not-
The one house they shouldn't have torn down.
They should have.
Well, they had cracked in the foundation.
Yeah.
You know, the sad part about it is,
basement could have fixed it.
we had this park master plan we did a couple of years back for the school park. That was to really make it a nice space for kids in the neighborhood, but we can't, you know, and we would accumulate that 24,000 to do playgrounds.
We'd have to save it year after year, but.
Well, we could do it, but we've had to spend it on tearing down houses, and you hope at some point you get to a point where there's a finite number of houses left to be torn down.
You tear down a
So the
4 or 5
CDBG
one,
money hasn't come through yet for our 19.
We have our application in, but we pretty much know what we're gonna
Yeah,
get.
we
you
put
know.
the application in and we basically, it's like you said,
You- you
it's $22,000
submit it.
to $24,000 a year. That's what you get.
I just wanted to
So,
check or something.
But everything's in process. We've already, had the
Well,
meetings and approved
I
it.
personally do not wanna go forward with the park. We have the walking path that's used, kids bike on it, the open green space, they play football on it. And, we had to run the go-kart people off. We had to
Finally,
we
that
had
took
to
a long
run
time.
The gamblers off and the drinkers off. I think if you put anything else on there, they're gonna destroy it.
Well, this is like Bella Fountain, they had that little park up on the Chambers above our room. They put up a nice
Gazebo.
They
yeah,
had to tear it down.
they had to tear the sides
The
off
sides
because
down.
people were doing illegal stuff.
Howard,
Inside.
Howard, you don't wanna talk about the gazebo where they pulled every shingle off?
The what?
The
No, that-
gazebo?
That wasn't a gazebo, that was,
I drove past Tanglewood and saw kids up on
They tried to
the
burn it.
toilet.
Yeah, but remember they pulled all the shingles off because they couldn't burn it?
I mean, they got on our roof down there,
well, that's what he
down on
thought.
Tolly, they climbed the roof, they tore the meter off. When they did that, they shorted out the electrical box. We had to put a whole new box the meter in. You know, they were ripping shingles off, sailing them across it. You know, we try to have something nice, where you can have a place to, have a birthday party or you want a picnic outside. They try to burn down our, $38,000, park, playground and stuff.
Yeah, and they spray painted.
Yeah, they took leaves and branches and started on fire and melted some of the plastic. And it cost us about $30,000 back then, years back. I don't know why people want to destroy stuff. I like to put stuff in for you. You can take your family down there, sit around the park. And we had plans to do that park up there on Diamond. Put some more benches in, put a gazebo up there or something, maybe a barbecue pit. But the way they tear it up, I can't see wasting our money.
Well, that's true.
A barbecue, and we put the $700 trash cans in and they burnt them up.
Yeah, I
Run them up,
see
run
that.
over them. We had one got run over, I don't know how they got run over inside the park. You know, only the Lord knows how they got it.
Oh, they burnt the slide too.
Yeah. But,
Okay, so anyway, we'll need someone to make a motion to close this special open meeting. Someone want to second it?
I will.
Motion made by trustee Brewstock, and seconded by trustee Howard Pierce, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries to close our special. Do you want to take a 2-minute recess before we start?
No.
Ready to continue? Ready?
Let's keep rolling.
It's just these things I don't understand.